Hi, in this video I'm gonna talk about the game between Zhuren and BlackSpark. Okay, this move is played in not the most interesting area, because we play from a group that is already solid. And instead we could play a move that works better with the rest of the board. The interesting area is over here, because not only we secure our corner, we also make some potential for Moyo over here, and we neutralize the potential of White's wall. So this move does a lot of things. And this move, yeah, it approaches the corner, but we played from a group that is already solid, and there's not that much space over here. So we are not creating that much. Okay, and now we have two very solid groups, this one and this one. And if Black plays here, this move is only creating him some points. And we need to remember that Go is not about points. Points are only the side effect. Go is about strengths, weaknesses, and potential. And influence. So like that, we only make it possible for White to lean on us, and White creates some wall, and we grab some points, but those points are not that valuable because they are between two strong groups. And also, if we play here, now White can play just Hane, and we need to come back. And we end up in Gote, so why don't we play here immediately? And now if White does not answer, he plays elsewhere, we can play a move like that instead of this one. Okay, but it went like that. White is trying to cut. Yeah, and we can't let White do it, because now, yeah, White is creating some wall. Let's see, he's very strong here. So instead, we should try to maybe play from this side. Let White eat that one stone, but don't let him create the influence. Because as I said before, those points over here for Black are not that interesting. Okay. And now Black extended, but the ladder works for White. And I know that there is a saying that if you sacrifice one stone, let's sacrifice two stones. But this saying doesn't work in this situation. Because if we don't play here, let's say we play elsewhere, White doesn't have to capture this stone. So maybe later on, we will have the possibility for some peep here or here. And if we extend, now there will be no peep. Okay. And now White played Sansan. But it's not the greatest direction of play, because let's see how White is right now. White has very strong wall over here, so why don't we try to work with this wall? Make some use of it. And instead of this Sansan, for example, peep here and try to make some framework. This will be huge. And we also a bit reduce Black over here. And this corner is very tight, and why White really wants to live there? He doesn't have to. And now White only creates problems for himself. Like, if he plays what I suggested, there would be still this possibility for a Sansan, because what? Will Black play here at some point? I don't think so. So maybe white can add more stones on the board, and later on this Sansan would be more interesting than it is now. Okay. And now black played a move on the second line. And moves on the second line are very small, and we usually don't want to play them. Especially that we are in the middle part of the game. Instead, black should try to maybe cut white. And what will white do? If he plays here, we can play here. We already have some strength over here. So it will help us in this fight. And we don't know what will happen next, but it's for sure good. Okay. But this move is played very close to black's strength and very close to white's strength. And we rather avoid playing next to strengths. We want to play as far from them as possible. I know black is trying to make some points, but he has to look at the whole board. And what is white doing? He's very strong here, he's very strong here, and if he manages to close this framework, this would be very big. So black should try to reduce white. And it's actually quite difficult to find a move that will work quite well, but black needs to choose some. Somewhere over here. And white doesn't have to capture these stones. White should just close his framework, play a move, for example, like that. And if black tries to escape the ladder, we can play this Geta. And what? He can't do that because we capture him, so the only way is to play this Atari. And now we play here, he captures, we Atari. And black has nowhere to run because white is strong everywhere. Okay. And this cut is very small because we try to capture a stone that is on the second line, and white can just ignore it, give it away like that, and now close his framework somehow. And it would be enough for white. But white played a move like that, okay. And this move of black is not taking much because, as I said before, it's very close to strength and it's not getting much additional points. And it lets white close his framework. Okay, so instead, black should try a move like this one. He has to do something about white's moyo. Yeah, and white played here. I know that I usually say that first we play in the corners, then on sides, and then in center. But this is an exception, because this is very big moyo, and it's very important to close it. And yeah, this was not that much, especially that black can easily cut here. Okay, and once again, instead of this one, just close this framework. And still, for black. Something over here. Okay. And now white made a mistake. And suddenly, the situation gets better for black. And now there will be only some struggles, but I saw that later on in the game. Let's see, there was something interesting. Here, How do we answer this monkey jump? If we play here, we not only lose this one stone, but we also lose those points in the corner. There's another way to block monkey jump, more effective way. Just play here, because white can't extend, because we block him and disconnect him. So he has to play here. And now we can just play here. And what are we afraid of? If white plays here, we just play Atari. And what? If he captures, we disconnect him. So there's nothing to worry about. So we play here, white has to come back. And now we can come back or first exchange this Atari and now connect. So this is definitely not the move. And I saw there was another monkey jump in this game. Yeah, and once again, here. And here, why did black play this move? Now white can connect, and instead we could play this Atari, and now white has to capture and we can block him, and we get more points. And now why did white capture? Now black can play here, and white has to connect, and instead white can connect and get more points. Now these are points for white, and in the game there was no points, right? No points. And I think it's all about this game, so let's sum up. We want our stones to work best with the rest of the board. So instead of this kind of move, which is played from an already solid group and there's not that much space over here, let's play a move that does more things. Here we secure our corner, we make potential for some moyo, and we also neutralize the potential of this white's wall. Cause this side where black played is not that interesting. Here black once again played from played at not interesting area, because he is trying to make points from two solid groups. And Go is not about getting points, it's about strengths, weaknesses, and influence. So this is not the move that we want to play, it's not interesting. Especially that now white can lean on us and create a wall for himself, so we don't want that. There is a saying that if you sacrifice one stone, sacrifice two stones. But it doesn't work in this situation because we only make white stronger this way, and white gets closer to his other stones. And if we play elsewhere, later on there would be possibility for some pips here or here. Because if we play elsewhere, white doesn't have to capture immediately. This is not the greatest direction of play, because white plays in a place that is very tight and there's not much space, and white should instead try to play a move that works better with the rest of his stones. White has a big wall here and he should use it. Try to create some framework. And it looks quite nice, doesn't it? And there will be still a chance to play the Sezon, because black will not play a move over here, right? This move is always waiting for white to play. Moves on the second line are just small, and especially if you are in Fuseki or in the middle of the game, we don't want to play them. This group is already alive, so there's no need to play on the second line. So instead, black should try to cut white, because he also has a strength over here, so it would be easier for him to fight. This move is played very close to black strength and very close to white strength. So black needs to see that he has a very big corner over here, a very big corner here, and some potential for a corner here and here. So black has a lot of points, and black should, instead of playing a move like that, should try to reduce white, because white is creating some moyo and we have to stop him. Play some move in the center. White doesn't have to capture these stones, because if white plays elsewhere and black wants to escape, white can play Geta now, and if black tries to escape, we just play like that. And black has nowhere to run. And white is strong everywhere, so he will manage to capture these stones. This move is small. White can just ignore it, play Atari, and now close his framework, because it was not that big. It only helped white to play some forcing move and extend his framework. This is not the move. We play here. And now white has nothing to do. If he plays here, we disconnect him. If he plays here, we play here. And he can't play here because we play here. Right? So here is the move. And I think that's all from me. Thank you for watching. And for those who managed till the end, there's a picture of my cat.